we forgot to hook up. We haven't hooked up the weather cam, so I can't show you the weather, but it's glorious sunshine out there. So I hope the weather is good where you are. Let me know if it's raining or sunny or warm, or it looks very still as well. It's the wind not blowing, which is quite good. I like that. I like to go for a walk when, I suppose in the summer I love the summer breeze, but in the winter I like to like the air to be still. And I think that's so nice to go for a walk then. So how's everybody doing? Today we are gonna do the Annabell bracelet. This was on TV last week, so if you got it on TV, then you should have your kit by now and we can do it together. Otherwise, Simon has given us a lovely discount on it as well. I'm going to take you to the website and show it to you very quickly. Then we're going to come back and start making. Now, we have got 3 different colors. I'll just move my things around here. 3 different bundles I put together because if you like me and you love working with different colors, this will give you the opportunity to do to make your own colorways in a way, I guess, but within the colorways I put together. I really do love them. Now this is a technique we have done in the past, but we've done it with different size beads. So you know, this I guess will show you that we can revisit and do things in, and we're adding an extra row to as well, so it's not exactly the same, but you have done this already. I know you can do it. So let's get started. So very quickly, I'm just going to pop to the website and I'm going to show you the kits for today. So you know the drill. When you go on the website, you're going to go, let's go into, so look, let's step one back. Let's go put to the home page. So when you land on the home page, you got a couple of options. You either go into categories or you go into and my mouse just said my mouse connection lost. What's going on this morning? So you either go into categories and go into video tutorials, or you go in by the right hand side at the top. There is a button for it. Once you land on here, you can see that there's all sorts of different things what we've done going back last year. Over years we've been doing these tutorials now, so you got loads and loads and loads to look there. I'm going to pop into Annabell bracelet. There is 3 different kits today, usually $29.99. Today is $26.99. Each one of those kits will make you 6 bracelets. So you do get, and you're gonna have leftover beads left because there is plenty in there. So you got 3 strands of the hematite, you get 6 strands of the crystals, and you only use like probably about 2/3 of the crystals anyway, but I wanted to give you the color variations in there so you can really experiment. You get size 6 Toho beads in 2 colors. You get size 11 Toho beads, and you get toggle clasp as well, 6 of them, so you can really experiment with it. Let me just pop back. I'm gonna have to use the, I don't like using the mouse pad on the computer itself, but I'm gonna have to do that. No, not a problem at all. Right, okay. Oh, hold on. Every day there is something, eh? Right, I'm going to go down to the table. There we go. So I can show you off the samples very quickly. Then I'm going to show you the kits as well. So this is the pink rainbow. It's not just pink. It's got like a teal color in there as well. Now for the peacock, I only got the purple one made up, but we will demo and we will do another color from the purple one today. And that is the summer bronze. So you have got within the colors as well, you got different colors there to play with. So I could have given, you know, I could have added the pink size 6 seed beads into here and make this bracelet not so pink, or I could have added, instead of the it's more like an aqua color of size 6 seed beads, I could have added the pink, and then the overall bracelet would have been more pink. So you can really experiment and do loads of different things with this. Right, I'm just going to move this out and I'm going to show you what you get in the kit. Leanne popped it out on the mat for us. Let me just zoom out. Let me just zoom out on this so we can see the whole. No, that's not the word I want to zoom. One sec. Oh, this is so annoying when you lose your mouse, isn't it? I don't think I can zoom out anymore. We're gonna go by color. So pink rainbow, I'm gonna pick this up and hopefully I'm not gonna swish the seed beads together too much. So you get two different sizes of 6 mils. You get your size 11s, 10 grams of each. You get a thread and you get your lovely clasp as well, a toggle clasp in this case. And look at the beads, what you're going to be getting. You get 3 strands of the hematite ones, and you're going to get 6 strands of the crystals. So they all color coordinated. They all sort of got like a tealy aqua color in them. More, it's a different teal than what I have put in the peacock one. Really lovely color, perfect for the spring. And let's put it down. Hopefully they don't go together. Don't go together. So next color is the summer bronze. Again, you get two colors of the size 6, one of the size 11. You get your thread and you get your lovely clasps as well. I love this colorway. This is the 993. How funny. It's got black diamond. I know the color number first before I know the color itself. So again, you get 3 different. Oh, and I need to pull this up a bit because I'm mixing the seed beads at the bottom here. I'm gonna have to give it back to the end to put them back in bags. We should have used. I've got loads of little triangles here. So these ones, again, you get 3 different color of the hematite. You get like a gold, a bronze, and a coffee color, and you get 6 different colors of the crystal beads as well. And last but not least is the peacock color. You know me, I love purples and blues together. Again, you get 3 different strands of the hematite and you get 6 strands of the crystals as well. I just think they look so pretty. And also you will get your seed beads, you get your thread, and you will have your clasp in there as well. This one comes with the gunmetal black. So have a look on the website. Which one do you fancy? Actually, let me know which one do you want me to demo with. I was thinking to demo with the teal color, maybe this color hematite, and I'm not sure which crystal to put with it. But we can put it together. We can design it together. We can put it together. Does that make sense? So if I picked a hematite, I would like to use this one to make a bracelet out of it, because you got in this colorway I already made a purple one, so I want to make a different one. I probably would like to use the midnight one. Teal, everybody's saying peacock please teal. So I probably want to use the midnight one. And how about adding these crystals with it? I think that will look really nice. So we'll use the peacock colors please. Everybody's like oh, Lucy's saying I'm loving the pink. Okay, so we're gonna use these hematite beads from the peacock. We're going to use this lovely blue iris crystals, and we're going to use this color number 82. I think they called nebula. The seed bead color is called nebula. We're going to use those ones. So I'm going to pop this to the side. I'm just going to grab the materials onto my mat. Oh, Leanne, actually, can you put the seed beads back in the bag, sweetheart? Because it's going to go everywhere, you know it. So I've broken some of this down already. So there is my hematite beads. There it is. Actually, I'm going to move them to the side a little bit. There is my crystals. And we're going to need the 2 different seed beads, but not just yet. To start with, we only need the crystals and the hematite. Oh, happy birthday, Diane. I hope you have a wonderful day, lovely. Turning 21 again, yeah? Right, I'm going to get the clasp. I'm putting everything on my mat. I'm preparing everything. I'm just going to grab some thread and a needle. I'm trying to find a straightish needle in my little mouse here. Do you find that? So sometimes you haven't got, and that one is straight enough, I think. Sometimes you haven't got any straight needles at home. I do use them to death, really. I got a new pack somewhere as well. Right, so I'm just very quickly just going to thread my needle. Sometimes what happens when you, it's good to change needles because the eye of the needle can shut a little bit when you use it more and more. Right, so I'm going to take a couple of arm span, leave my bobbin on so I have more thread to take off later on if I need to. I'm just going to have that on the side, and then we're going to start adding our beads on. Do you get straight needles if you bead? Yeah, needles, they do come straight, but after I got a really tight tension, so I always grip onto my needles so much when I'm using them, and that's why my needles are always bent. Like all of them will be like that. They will be bent, but the ones I use, because I don't know, it's just the way they are. Just the way I hold on to them. Right, so I'm going to pick up one hematite, one crystal, one hematite, one crystal, and I'm going to take them down on my mat. Let's just lock the camera just there. Of course, the mouse is zooming in. And just, again, can you plug this mouse in over there? Because I think maybe the, if I turn it off and turn it off, will that work? No, that doesn't work. So I think it's flat. So can you just plug it in over there on the, by the plug to charge it a little bit? Right, so I added hematite crystal, hematite crystal. You know when like one piece of tack is failing you and then you like sort of can't work without it, I guess. So I'm gonna go through all of these beads again. So I'm gonna go through the hematite bead to form my first little loop. Then I'm gonna take my thread all the way around. Just like that. Now, I don't like to knot, you can knot your beginning and end together because those beads do have larger holes. However, you can just sort of go around an extra time and then you don't have to knot it at all. Because what can happen, the knot can seep into the hole on the bead and then you won't be able to add any more on it. So I went through one time again, and then I went through that bead for the third time, and I'm going to weave my thread up here, so 1.5 times I guess I'm going through, and we're going to start adding our bead. So we're making the middle of the bracelet first, and then we are going to add the sides. So I'm going to pick up one crystal, one hematite, one crystal. Now the crystals are 4mm in this size. We have done the pattern similar with 5mm crystals and size 8 seed beads, but this time we using a smaller crystal and larger seed beads. So crystal, hematite, crystal. I'm going to go through, I'm exiting at the top of this hematite, and I'm going to come through from the bottom and pull this up. This is a technique called right angle weave. I'm just going to pull it tight. So I got 2 units sitting side by side. I'm going to follow my thread path and I'm going to come along the top there and then through that hematite bead, just like that. And I'm going to repeat it again. So I'm going to pick up one crystal, one hematite, one crystal, and then I'm going to come through that hematite. Because my thread is exiting at the bottom, I'm going to come through from the top and pulling this up, and I added my next unit on. I'm going to let the tail go now, and I'm just going to carry on adding my units all the way. Every single time, add a crystal, hematite, crystal, go through the last hematite bead on my beadwork, and then step up so I can add further ones. Now what I do usually do is that I swap my work. I'm turning them backwards and forwards as I adding more beads to them. I like to stitch away from myself, but nevertheless, you're doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm just coming down. I love these colors together. I love bluey colors together. I think even if you added the purple seed bead in, that would look nice. And just going. So I'm going to add a few more units, and then we're going to add the clasp on one end. You can start with the clasp as well, by going through the clasp and adding the clasp on, and then start in your little beadwork. What I do time to time, which what I just did is tighten up my beadwork. So I would go in and sort of pull down on the beads towards my tail end to making sure I have a nice and tight tension, and then pull on the tail. So I haven't got one loop which is slightly bigger and the other loop which is slightly smaller. And I'm going to just carry on and do the same thing over and over again until I get the length of my bracelet what I need. Now don't forget, the clasp will give you over an inch. So the clasp will give you some length in there as well, like 3.5 centimeters, I think, like 1.5 inches it's going to give you. The bicones are premium bicones because the main body of the, like we're doing right angle weave here, and sometimes with normal bicones, like we do sell those ones, like we sell all sorts of different quality ones, the edge can be a little bit sharper, and with premium bicones the edge is really nice, and you don't really get sharp edges with it. And more importantly, the crystals are pretty much the same size throughout the strand. Sometimes lower quality crystals can vary, and if you're doing bead stitching, bead weaving, you like if you string the crystals all on like a strung necklace, they are perfect for those, because it doesn't really matter if one crystal is bigger than the other. But when you're doing a bead weaving and you're working with other even beads, you really want to use even crystals so your pattern stays nice and the same size throughout. Just going through that. It does grow quite quickly. The bracelet does go quite quickly, even for a bead weaving stitch. And you can, once we get to the end and we turn around, I will show you, you can do as much or as little. And that's what I love about something like this, that you make your main pattern in the middle, then you run up and down on the sides, and as you're running up and down, you are creating well, you can stop. You can always add extra rows, like we did with the summer bracelet. And I'm really sorry, I forgot the name of the lady, but she added extra rows on the top of the samos as well. And it was in a handmade group, the picture, and it looked fantastic. So something like that, when you do your main weave in the middle and then you run up and down on the side, you can always add so much to your bracelets or necklaces. So I'm just keep going. I'm gonna need, I think, was it like 23, 24? I'm just count the finished sample just in a sec. So is there, let me know in the comments if you never ever done right angle weave before. Or this is the first time you're seeing it, or let me know if you've done something like this before. I really do love it because I'm progressing along one side of my bracelet to the other, and can you see, like, I got a little bit looser here and a little bit looser there, so I'm just going to go there and wiggle these beads down. Just like that. Just put my nail on top of it and just sort of wiggle it in between, and that will force the beads to move down slightly, just like that. So I have a more even tension. Flipping your work doesn't change the look as it's the same. No, it doesn't. So by flipping my work, it doesn't really matter, because what you have to pay attention to is that you're always gonna hook the next lot of circles into the last hematite beads, and it doesn't matter that if your work is sitting this way or if it's sitting this way. What you're paying attention, the thread is coming out on one end of the bead, and you're putting your needle through, you're coming through from the other side and pulling it through. Just like that, and pulling this up nice and tight. I like to flip-flop my works because I like to stitch away from myself. It's just more comfortable for my hand to stitch this way than to stitch backwards. I guess put less strain on my hand. But you do what you used to. Like I used to do that all the time, and some people don't like to change it flip-flop by there. They like to hold it in the same direction. It's really, it's up to you that how you like to hold your work and what mobility you have got in your hands. And some days I got more mobility and other days I haven't. So some days I can really hold it nicely and other days I'm just like gripping onto it. Holding on to like I would be holding on to dear life, I guess. Lucy's saying I'm a bit of a flipper. And saying I really enjoy doing right angle weave because it's so versatile and excellent for stacker bracelets. Absolutely. I love right angle weave. I really want to do a bangle with right angle weave, like a larger sort of bangle using different size beads. But might have to do a cubic right angle, we don't know. I've got so much ideas in my head, it's just not enough time in the day. So I need a time machine. So anybody out there, any of you, if you know anybody who's got a time machine, please put me in contact. I would pay so much money for it. I would like give everything for it to have a time machine so I can have another extra 10 hours in each day. It would be so cool. I'll be using it all the time. And just going through that. And coming through there. Keep going on. I almost got my length. So I think I only need to add a few more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That's got 20. Let's have a look at one of these finished samples. How many I got on there? Oh, Lucy said we need a Kitti clone. No, you don't. You don't want a clone of me. They broke the mold when they made me, believe me. I got 26 on this one, so I got 6 more to go. I don't think Simon could cope with another Kitti. I don't think so. It would be like, no, one is more than enough. Oh, Susan is saying, I remember making the time traveler costume once and I'm wishing that it really worked so that I could have more time to finish the costume. Oh, bless. That's so sweet. Yeah. I don't know. This are all these things, and sometimes I do some movies about these time traveling and all sorts of different things, and I just find it fascinating. Ruth Nina Welsh, try it. You'll be surprised. If I can do it, anyone can. Bless you. Is quite a nice and easy technique because all we're doing is just circling around, and you will see once we start to build the bracelet, it's really easy. I can't, but I love, even me, like, I love doing things like this because they like the I can really enjoy the make because they're like sort of the no-brainer makes. I don't have to think about, I don't have to follow a pattern because it's very much of a pattern repeat. This is the only thing really you need to learn is going around in circles, and as you're moving up and up, you just always use adding a new loop to the previous bead, and that's all you're doing. And when you're running up and down through the bracelet, you will see in a sec that's so easy too. And there's no right and wrong way. You could do all sorts of different things, different variations, however you want to make it. You could add larger crystals if you wanted and smaller seed beads. You could do all sorts of different things. And he's saying, I love right angle weave as you can design as you go. Absolutely. Right, so this is my last hematite bead I'm adding on. And I still got enough to make more than another bracelet on there on my mat. I'm just going to come through to the end. I'm going to check the tightness of my bracelet just to make sure I haven't got, like I got a couple of bigger gaps there, so I need to really pull those. I'm just going to step back and just all I'm doing is just taking my fingernail and pushing down from the top, wiggling it a little bit so these beads sit closer to each other. I'm going to hold on to the tail so there is no, the thread doesn't travel backwards. And then I'm going to pull on that tail. Just hold this in a little bit more. Just wiggle this last one down. That's it. We got a really nice and even tension there. So we're gonna, once we got down to the end, we're gonna add the clasp. It doesn't matter which end you add of the toggle clasp. And believe me, I liked with toggle clasp now, when I'm working with it, I like to put the clasp pads, so one of each. So I put one of the circle and one of the T-bar, because believe me, I did it. I did put T-bar or circle on both ends. So I'm always leaving one that what I need out. So as I'm coming out here at the end, I'm going to pick up 2 times size 11 seed bead. Then I'm going to pick up either a size 6 or a crystal. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a size 6 seed bead. Then I'm going to pick up another 2 size 11 seed bead. So 2 size 11, size 6, size 11. And then we are going through, it doesn't matter which side you go through, we're going to go through a loop on the clasp. Take these down. I'm going to pick up another 2 size 11. And I'm going to come back through. I picked up the size 6, but you could add a crystal here if you wanted to. And I'm going to pull this up nice and tight. Just like that. I'm going to pick up another 2 size 11s. And I'm going to go through, see this, the clasp is connected to this last hematite bead here on the top side. So I'm going to come through from the bottom side. And when I pull this tight, you can see that will centralize and I will have a nice and even clasp. Now, I'm very quickly going to go around all of these beads up through the clasp and come back down here. And then we're going to start filling the gaps in with our beads. So I'm just going to go and follow my thread path up. The more I like to go through a few times towards the clasp and go through the clasp, because that is kind of your like sort of weakest point. That's where you tug on your bracelet the most. So I like to make that really nice and strong. Just coming down, and I'm going to come through that 2 seed beads just there. Now once I'm through those 2 seed beads, I'm going to pick up a size 6 seed bead. I'm coming out the 2 size 11. I picked up a size 6, and all I'm going to do is going to go through this crystal on the side. And I'm going to pick up another size 6, go through the next crystal, another size 6, go to the next crystal, running all the way down on my bracelet, all the way. Just like that. And once we get to the end, we're going to add the other side of the clasp and come back on ourselves. Oh, Carol, so much for reminding us. Let me just if I can pop it on. It says, don't forget to like the button, press the like button. I always forget to say it. It's really, really appreciated. every single time that we get a like on a video, just makes you feel like nice and warm and fuzzy inside, because that shows me that you like the content we create. It shows me you like the bracelets what we're making, or necklaces, or any jewelry, and then it's encourages me to do more of that sort of technique or that sort of style. So I'm just very quickly running down. Each time I'm picking up a size 6 seed bead and going through the next crystal. And what's the beauty about this pattern, that although you had the crystals in the middle and that's how you started, that's like sort of the middle bone of your bracelets as such, but that's not what holding your bracelet up. What holding your bracelet up is going to be, we're running up and down, and we're going to go around one more time with size 11 seed beads, and you will see that that is actually what's going to be holding the bracelet up. So I'm just going all the way down. Could you leave it like this without going back adding the size 6 beads? So if you wanted to, you could leave it like this. If I do wanted to make a bracelet just with the hematite and the crystals, which you can do, then what I would do is I would go through each section one more time just to strengthen it. Or use a 2 needle technique and then come up and then go back down on myself. But absolutely you could leave it just like that if you wanted to. When we do like hugs and kisses bracelet, that is really the bottom part of the kisses. That's the hugs part of the bracelet, and then you'd add your kisses at the top. Right, I'm right down at the bottom, and I'm going to go through the last hematite bead. I'm going to repeat what I did on the other side. I'm going to pick up 2 size 11. I'm going to pick up 1 size 6, another 2 size 11. I'm going to go through the clasp. I'll just pop this down for a sec and let all these go down. Then I'm going to pick up another 2 size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to go back down towards my bracelet through this size 6. Now this could be a crystal, it doesn't have to be a size 11 bead, and I'll pull this up nice and tight. Then I'm going to go ahead and pick up another 2 size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to go through this last hematite bead just there. Now here on this end, if you haven't started with the clasp and you're just adding the clasp now, what you need to do, you need to step back a bead so we can add the last size 6, what we need to add here. So I'm going to pull this nice and tight. I'm going to go through, I'm going to step back. So I'm going to go, as I'm coming out of this 6 millimeter, I'm going to go down through this crystal. Pull this up nice and tight. Come back across the second hematite bead. Back up through the crystal. Then pick up a size 6. Go through those 2 seed beads all the way through the loop of the clasp towards the other side. All the way, just like that. And then we're going to add the size 6s on this side, all the way down. There we go. Love these beads, but wonder if you could make a V-shaped necklace using them. Absolutely you could, because what you can do is you can turn your direction on one of the crystals. And then you would go all the way down and sort of come back up with the V shape. The beauty of right angle weave, that you can turn corners wherever you like. Charlotte, thank you so much for the stars. And Kieran, thank you so much for the stars. Really much appreciated. I just sort of looked up and seen the comments. So I'm just keep adding this size 6s, just running down the bracelet. Don't forget Simon has put 10% off the kits today. You get so much in the kit. So much more. Like you get 6 strands of crystals, so 3 strands of the hematite. You get your clasps, you get your seed beads. So once you go run all the way down on this, you could either decide to leave it just like that, or if you want, you can back up and add the seed beads on the top of the crystals, which we're going to do next. But all I'm doing, I'm adding a size 6, going through the crystal all the way down. You get PDF with the kits, so there is printed instructions with the kits for this one. Absolutely. Just going through the next one. And the next one all the way down. Just like that. Grab a few more beads. And because you get so many different colors in the kit, you can really do truly unique colorways. And actually, I'm just sitting here thinking we could have done like an ombre one, like using the crystals and the pearls, like coming from one side to the other side of the bracelet. Well, because you're going to have leftover crystals and probably going to have leftover hematite as well. If you got an extra clasp at home, you probably could do a couple of rainbow ones from the kit. So last one, I'm going to go through the same thing. I'm just going through and up the clasp. And this is quite good because each time you go up and through the clasp, you're reinforcing that connection. And down through those. And then I'm going to turn to one side. And I'm going to go through the 2 seed beads, and I'm going to go through the size 6 as well. And this time, well, you could do all sorts of different things. You could, you know, create larger loops or smaller loops on here at the end. Just position my needle further down, just one sec. You're going to pick up 2 size 11 seed beads. You could pick up 3 if you wanted to. I'm just going to pick up 2 and go through next size 6. So we're doing the same technique again, but this time instead of adding the size 6s, we are adding 2 size 11s. And that just frames the crystal. That just pulls it all together inside the bracelet. And I'm going to run all the way down with this and then going to run back up. Just like that. Very simple. So the sizes of the beads I've been using here is 6mm hematite beads, 4mm premium bicones. They are like really good quality ones. And especially now that Swarovski decided that they're not going to sell their crystals separately, these are really good alternatives for Swarovski if you have been using Swarovski, because these are really good quality. And I'm using size 6 seed beads and I'm using size 11 seed beads. And as I said previously, we did similar patterns using different size beads. You can really experiment and do all sorts of different things with it. I'm going on to the next one. I'm almost halfway done. You can see when you're doing a size 11, it slows down a little bit because you're having to pick up 2 beads, not just one. Oh, and he's saying, good heavens, yesterday's order just have been delivered. 24 hours, brilliant. Oh, bless you. That I have to say, the guys at the warehouse, they're really, really good. And it's all Simon. Simon, really, he needs to, the guys are really good, but Simon makes sure that everything gets out on time and everything is done Well, I'm probably don't cheer him enough, so well done, Simon. Thank you so much. Bless him. He gets so shy when he gets the attention. Like when he comes in the room and I say, "Oh yes, Simon is here," and you ladies, you say hello to Simon. He gets really shy. Bless him. How many times you can go through beads with threads before it snags or not? So because we're not working with very tiny beads, you can go through them quite a few times. Size 6 seed beads has got quite a large hole. Size 11 seed beads, I'm working with Supple on size D, so it's depending on a thread as well what you're using. I can go through the size 11 probably about 5 times. I can go through the hematite maybe about 4 times. Crystals is pretty much like 4 or 5 times as well. I haven't really tested it. Like I haven't tried to go through all of them a lot, but maybe we can test it. But loads of times. So you can keep adding to it. And I'm just get to the end. Now I'm going to turn around on my clasp and come back myself on the other side. But just like adding the size 11 seed beads here, I could equally come back and add more size 11, go all the way down, come back all the way up and adding more size 11s on the top of the 6s. So you can make your bracelet wider and wider and wider as much as you want to or need to. Well, I'm just going through these here. And then coming back on the other side. Make sure that you don't get your thread tangled on your clasp. And I'm going to add the seed beads on this side as well. There we go. Leanne, can you pass me the mouse back now? I might have charged a little bit. Let's see if my mouse is working and then I can push some of the comments to you so you can see it. Oh yes, we got mouse. Alison is saying, when I was in Germany 2 years ago, I was astounded by all the deliveries, vehicles, postman. Yes, I think last year, like the Amazon probably it comes to our house like every other day with all the stuff what we're ordering and the kids are ordering and we need stuff. So, and I don't know, now the shops are back open, I kind of quite enjoyed it to get everything delivered and everything come to my home. I'm not saying I'm not going to go out shopping, but whenever I had to go out shopping, it was always like a bit of a pain that like you have to round the kids up and then they don't want to go and then they want to go and they want to buy every other thing in the shop. And so I quite enjoyed it that everything was delivered. Kimberly saying, Kitty can finish a bracelet in less than an hour. It takes me 20 minutes or more just to get started going. Oh, I don't know what time is it. This is, we are 44. So if I wasn't chatting, I probably could do this bracelet in 30 minutes. But you probably could do as well. You just have to. But I am a fast beader because I have to be a fast beader. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do all the things I want to do and try all the things I want to try and then still do the lives and the business and the children and the house and the cleaning and everything. So I try to be as quick as I can with everything I do. Sometimes it's nice just to sit there and mess about with beads though, like just to play around. And Natalie's saying, I don't really like shopping now and prefer things to get delivered. I think a lot of us are. A lot of us are, I think, these days. Patricia saying, morning, Kitty. Sorry I'm late again. Hello to everyone. Still not feeling well, so we'll watch later. Oh, Patricia, I'm wishing you a very speedy recovery. Lovely. So don't forget, you get PDF with the kits. Each kit will make you 6 bracelets and you will have leftover beads. You can do as much or as little as you want, and there is an offer on the kit. So instead of $29.99, they're $26.99 today. I love it. I really do love it. I hope you can't hear my tummy rumbling, but it's rumbling so loud. I haven't had any breakfast yet. I'm still with such a mink because in the mornings, I like my mornings. Like it's a lot of people, like they want to switch off in the evening. I need to like switch off for the first hour in the morning, and I would just like, I'm not saying like have a lazy morning, but I would just sort of read up on things. That's the time when I catch up on messages or do things like that. I got to the end. I'm going to go into the clasp and go around the clasp again. And this morning I haven't had time to have breakfast yet. And I'm coming down on the other side. So with this, adding those seed beads, I have completed the bracelet. All is left to do is to sew off the thread, which I'm going to do with a couple of 1 thread knots. And once I've finished, I can come back and put a needle on the thread, the tail end, and just sort of sew that one off as well. My bobbin is still on it, but actually I'm going to cut it off now. Some days I might not get enough. I started with a very long thread this time, but sometimes I don't start with a long enough thread, and then I need to use the thread to do this last row, adding the size 11 seed beads. But today I still got probably about a feet left, so I measured it just right. Or maybe the bracelet is too small. Let's have a look. Yeah, is a tad too small for me, so I would need to. No, actually it's not. Just didn't hold it on right. So let me just have a look. I maybe needed to add perhaps 1 more bead to be comfortable, because well, it is comfortable. Just pull that through, but it's a little bit tight on my wrist, and I like my bracelets loose like that. Actually, I'm going to take it back off. So for me, I would need 27 beads, not 26. Yeah, 26 I got on there. I just double counted because sometimes I thought I would have put 25 on there, but can't count. So I'm just going to do a couple of 1 thread knots. So I'm going out of that little seed beads, and I'm going to go right under the seed beads here. I'm not trying to catch, I'm not going through any of the beads. I'm just trying to catch the threads right underneath those beads, and I'm catching the thread not just on the size 11s, but trying to catch the thread between the bicone and the size 6. So I'm just going to pull my needle through, and before this loop what formed here disappears, I'm going to go through that loop, and as I'm pulling this nice and tight, can you see that little knot is forming on there? I'm going to go through the next few beads again. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm just going to catch the thread path underneath here. Pull this through before that loop disappears. Just make that knot nice and secure. And I would do that the same for the other time. Do take your time. When you make a bracelet, take your time doing your ends, because it will be just make it more secure. And sometimes if you don't do your thread like the right way, and you don't, not even like not the right way, but if you don't sew your thread off enough, then that can let your bracelet down and it can come undone. So always make sure. I usually like 3 is the magic number for me. I don't know, there's a song about it, isn't there? So I like to do, come on, I don't want to skip that bead. I want the knot just right there. Yeah, that's we go. There we go. After I've done my last knot, I'm going through just a few more beads, and then I'm going to cut my thread. So never cut your thread right next to your knot, because your knot can come undone then. And that's it. That's really how easy it is to make one of these bracelets. I'm just going to zoom out and show you the colorways again. Would you do a surgeon's knot? Not really. Like, you could go around it twice if you wanted to. That's not a problem at all. Just there we go. You could go around it twice if you wanted to. Just pull them all in so you can see all of them. But one is enough, really. If you sometimes when you go around twice, what the thread can do, like, it creates a knot before you pull it tight, and then like you have to undo the knot. So I like to only go through it once. Do you have to use size 6 seed beads, or you can use different 6mm bead? You can use whatever you like. You just need to adjust the numbers. So when you do your main row, and after when you've done that main row, try to add, like, you know, we could have tried it with size, well, no, I did try it with size 8 seed beads, but when I tried it with size 8 seed beads, it's really pulled my bracelet together, and those beads were like really scrunched up, almost sitting on top of each other. So I needed to add a size 6 seed bead to have that gap, to keep that gap between my little units. Now you could use other beads as well. Instead of this size 6 seed beads, I could have used like a 4mm pearl if I wanted to, or loads of different things you could use. Once you learn the basics of it, you can just swap the beads as you wish. You could have used larger than 6mm. You could go down to 4mm. You could go up to 8mm. You could really do whatever you like doing in, you know, in whatever size. So if you got any questions, please put up a Q in front of it so I can answer it for you before I pop off from here. The PDF comes with the kit as well on the website. Gorgeous bracelet. Lucy saying, oh, I love it. I really do love it. And you know, like, you will utilize it, because something like this, a technique like this, will come back again and again and again, and you could use it with all sorts of different beads. I really do love it. Oh, Mina is saying, just got the peacock color. Yes, I love the peacock color, the purple and the blue. And can you see, like, this is a different sort of blue, more like an aqua blue, I guess, than this one is more like a tealy color in the pink what I put. So I really sat there, and I always do this. I sit there for a long time. And Simon's like, oh, come on, you need to get on with work, and just swapping the beads, taking one string out, putting another one in to make sure that I have got the right one. Leanne, can I have that thing back with the bundles on, that tray? Oh, Leanne was very efficient. She put them back in a bag.
Do you want me to take them back out?
I'll take them back out. So give me the other two as well, please, lovely. So this is the peacock. This is the one we were working today. So you get 2 bags of the size 6, 2 different color, like I used in here, and I'm just going to pop this here in the corner. So there is a more purpley one and there is a more bluey one. You get size 11, a bag of size 11. You get 3 strands of the hematite beads. So you get a blue one, you get this lovely rainbow, and you get the purple one, and you also get 6 strands of the crystals. Just really a selection, but you can play with it and you can add, like, oh, actually that would have looked quite nice. That would have looked really nice as well using this lighter one. See, the one we did today, we used the dark crystal, but I could have added this lighter crystal with it. That would have looked really nice as well. Or equally, I could have added the purple next door to it. That would have looked really nice. So this is really where it comes in, that you can put your own bundle like this. You can put your own stamp on it, because you can mix the colors however you like it. So this is the peacock. Let me just pop that over there. This is the golden bronze. I love this one because it's such a, when I just look at those colors, it's just like warmth coming to my face. I just really feel like summer is coming. I want my flip-flop sets so much. So this one comes, again, 2 different size 8s. One of them is an iris brown, the other one is the black diamond, and the size 11 is matching the iris brown as well. So each one of the kits, the size 11 will match exactly one of the size 6s, and then the other one will be different, so you can give contrast in there. Now, 3 different colors of your hematite. So you got your gold, bronze, and coffee, like light, medium, and darker color. And again, you get 6 strands of the crystals. You get champagne. You get this is like a soft yellow. I think it's called corn. You get gold and bronze, all of those lovely colors. And again, you can swap it which one you want to use with what but hematite itself. So I could go, maybe I could do more of a bit champagne with a bronze one, or I could, I love using this very soft sort of yellow with the gold as well. Really, it's up to you. What do you want to use? Of course, you get gold clasp with that one. Well, let me just pop this back into the bag. I don't wanna mix them up. And then last but not least, I'm gonna show you the pink one. That's a really lovely color again. The pink rainbow. Now, when I put this together, first of all, I got pinks out, and I was putting the pinks together, and I had some stronger pinks in there as well, and it looked great. And I'm thinking, but actually, I'm missing something. I'm missing a little bit of an oomph. The colorway itself, it's really pretty. It was really pretty just with the pinks, but I thought we need something else in there just to add that pop of color. So I decided to go with teal. So you got teal and you got pink, and this is a really nice, and not really a baby pink, but not magenta. It's a soft pink. So you get 3 different colors of your hematite. This one is more of a rose color, I guess. A red. This one called red rainbow, but I call it mermaid mermaid rainbow, because I think, or autumn rainbow. It just those really lovely tealy pinky colors coming through, and you get one of the pink ones, and again you get 6 strands of the crystals. Oh, Sheila, thank you so much for the stars. Really appreciate it, my lovely. Again, you get 6 different colors, and you can choose what color you want to add with what. I could add the teal with that, or look, that rose color with that would look really nice. Or I put this beige color in there as well, because I think sometimes adding a beige into bit pink, that's such a summer feel, such a summer color. And I'm looking forward to this summer to come around, this good weather to come around so much. And of course you get your clasp with that one as well. So that's what's in the kit, and have a look, because instead of $29.99 they are $26.99 today. I got a couple of samples made up each one of these bundles. Oh, stay on there, please don't fall off. There we go, you will stay on there. Have a little play. Anything you do, love the pinks. Karen is saying I love the pinks as well. I think sometimes, like what I realized about last year and the year before about color, that I've been putting colors together for a long time, but I think it's only really in the last 5 years when I actually started to like all the colors. So before, like 10 years ago, if you asked me, I would have been like, no, I don't like purple, I don't like olive, I don't like this, and I don't like that, I don't like orange, I don't like red. And when I sort of opened my mind up to the other colors as well, and I said, well, okay, I don't like using yellow just on its own, because it's like a very overpowering color for me, but using a tiny bit of yellow crystal in a gold bracelet makes it just pop. Just makes it looks really nice. So I started to experiment with colors more and more, and now I love them all. I love the olive, I love the greens, I love the yellows, I love the oranges, because they all have got, wherever like you put a tiny bit in, they make the other color stronger, they make the other color shine even better. So I love them. Oh, Joe's saying she loves the pinks and brown. Oh, Sheila's saying I pay so much more for daily tutorial. Oh, bless you, Sheila. If I could, I would do it every single day. We would go back and do it every single day, but unfortunately, there is still only 24 hours in a day. Time machine, guys. I need a time machine, so you need to get somebody to invent the time machine for me. Can we get the PDF only, please? And I already have the beads. Don't think it's available on the website net, but give a call to Simon. I'm sure he might sort you out. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing or what they're offering. So what he's doing, he's saying save the video so you can watch it again. Yes, if you share it as well, if you share the video, share it with a friend or share it on your timeline, then it will stay on there. Like you can go back and rewatch it as well. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow. And come on, I want to change. Yeah, here we go. I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to be playing with some really colorful rings. I really cannot wait. I love it so much. That jewelry we're going to do tomorrow, very quick, within minutes you can make something really effective, but you can use the rings for something, you can use the rings in so many different settings. So can you measure or hand measure bracelet when added to clasp? So I got a one here, let me just show you. So this one we added 26 beads on there, and if I pop that there, this one is just under 8 inches, because that's have to hook into it. So that is where you're measuring to. So 7 3/4. I like my bracelet. I'm on the wrong screen, aren't I? No. What's going on today? There we go. So this one, you have to measure it just there, because that's where the toggle clasp hooks into it. So this one is 7 3/4. I like my bracelets 8 inches because I like them a little bit loose. But that's with 26 beads. I got this one, the purple one, the first ever one I made, when I thought it's going to pull in more. And this one is way, way, way too big for me. This one is 8 3/4. And this one have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This one has got 30 beads on there, so that's too many for me. Oh, Gwen sent some stars as well. Gwen, thank you so much for the stars. Really, really appreciate it. Oh, guys, you're so nice. You all of you are so nice to me. You're really nice to me. Right, okay, so tomorrow we're doing rings. Tune in for that one, because it's something really effective, very quick to do, and we often dismiss something like that because we think like, oh yeah, that's only like jump rings and rings, and like, but it looks really effective. So I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Take care and stay safe, everybody. Have a lovely day. Keep on beading, keep on crafting.